I feel kind of sorry for you guys today. Why? Because I have been invited to a barbecue and you have not. Although by the way the weather is looking outside right now with the showers, I might feel sorry for myself later. But there's a reason that I'm so smug about this, because this is probably going to be, if the weather holds up, the first barbecue of my life. Because people in India don't really do barbecue. When I went to US though, people do barbecue there, but I was not there for too long. I was like 15 months in total and didn't have many friends. And by the time I started making friends who did barbecue and I was close enough that they would invite me when they did it, it was not summer yet, and before the summer came my project finished, so I had to come back to India. So that kind of sucked. And since last 13 years I've been living here in UK, and you know how weather is in England. It's not really barbecue weather. Even if you get a couple of good days, you don't always know in advance that it's going to be a good day. It's not always on the weekend. So today, you know Dave, right? You know Dave by now. So Dave is having a barbecue and I am invited, and I am going to make something to take with me for that, which is one of those Indian dishes that I talked about, which is cooked in a barbecue style, you could say that, like on a hot plate, in oil. And this is an Indian street food. It's called tikki, this particular one. Okay, there's lots of Indian street food and all of that is amazing, and you have to eat it on the street if you want to get the authentic flavor. So here I'm going to make it in home. This one is called tikki. It is primarily made from tomatoes. No, potatoes, yeah. And it's kind of like in two parts. So there's the tikki. Tikki is like, like tikka, like they say chicken tikka, paneer tikka, that all. So this is the same kind of word, but instead of A, you make E. That's it. So I'm going to, so this one is, you make the tikki, which is like a patty in a burger, but then you serve it differently, and then you serve it with different sauces and some other accompaniments. So I am going to make it, and if I'm going to make something new, then I have to show you. That is our deal, right? So I'm going to start doing that, and then you can watch. And then I have to, this is the challenging part. So the tricky part is okay, but the whole accompaniment part and the sauces, that's a little bit hard, because I have to make do with whatever I can get here, and I don't have the exact recipe. I've made tikki before, but not the sauces, so I have to kind of reinvent this sauce. A couple of them, well, not a couple of them, one of them, which is kind of sour and yeah, mostly sour. So a little bit sweet. So I will do that, and I'll show you that as well while the potatoes are boiling, and yeah, I'll talk you through it. Okay, so while the potatoes are boiling, let's start on the reinventing the dip, the sauce for this. This is the main sauce, which is a bit sour, a little bit sweet, and yeah. So the three things that I'm going to use for this is this tamarind sauce, which I've bought from Ocado, so I don't know how great that is. This Greek yogurt, and a little bit of honey, because it doesn't want to be very, very sour. Okay, okay, so let's start. I'm gonna go slow and easy. I will mix this, taste this. If it is good, fine. If it's not good, I can put more in. If I put more in now, I can take it out. I want to put some salt in it a little bit. Salt and the spices get added to the tikki in various stages from different types, different parts of the thing. I think it needs a little bit of water because this is very, very thick. I'm going to put Yeah, I think it can survive a few drops of water. That's it. Okay, smell the potatoes boiling. I'm going to taste it first to see whether it is okay. Actually, it's not half bad. Why do I feel like I need a fork to do this? A very tiny bit of this more. This all can survive. This paste, this sauce is actually quite good. I like the quality, I like the taste. Okay, so that is good. So I'll have this thing and I'll take the yogurt with me as well to kind of, this is two things that you put this and the yogurt on there. Okay, so now I'm facing the same challenge that every chef who operates out of India has to face, and that is to estimate how much heat in the spice department his guests can handle. So generally you would think that a brown skin is required to handle very spicy food, but not so much. I know lots of English people, well, a few English people who can handle spices even better than any Indian can. So that's because, well, they like the food, so they are used to it. So I've got the red chili powder and I've got the salt, and I'm only going to put these two things in here, and I'm going to add on the side of the caution and put only very little. My mother used to say if you put too little salt you can always put more later, whereas if you put too much you can't take it out. So this is all the salt I'm going to put in this, even less. There we go. It is a spicy food, generally tikki, and I think that is more than enough. Well, that is enough. If it was more than enough, I would not put it so much. Okay, I'm going to boil some chickpeas. This is one of the accompaniments that I talked about. Okay, so when I go to Dave's place, I will take these in a ready to fry condition, which it is actually. You just need to roll them up in round balls. But I want to make one tikki now, just to check that I can do that with this oil, because I've never tried this oil for tikki, and this is an Indian street food. It is done like it's deep fried in vegetable oil usually. So let's try it. Seems to be holding up. So the main flavor of the tikki comes from these kind of like overcooked, over roasted potatoes on the surface. So that's what we need to do, that's what we need to get. It needs to be very brown. It is usually, it all turns, the whole layer becomes like a dark red. You see this turning red? This is the color we want all over it uniformly. So this top layer becomes kind of like hard. Okay, let's attempt to make a plate to eat, shall we? This is pièce de résistance, and this is perfectly fine to break it now because this is how you eat it. Yeah. And a few of these. Yep. I'll take this with me as well, but I'm not gonna open it yet. These are pomegranate seeds. We need our and on top of this I will put some salt and pepper. Well, I've got the brown skin, I might as well take advantage of it. So I'm going to go and eat this and let you know how it turned out. And of course I'll keep you appraised of, I will take you with me to Dave's. You can go on my invitation. Okay, so remember my doubts from the morning that it might not be a great barbecue day, but look at that. It's the main man, the machine.
It's a hold the corn.
Okay, so that was the day of the barbecue. Fantastic time. This is one of my most favorite way of spending time, spending a day, sitting around with friends, good friends, and just chatting about anything and everything. And that's what we did. We had great food as well. First, the tikkis came out quite nice, and the food that Amanda had made was a lot, but quite a lot of it and quite nice. She can make lots of good vegetarian things, so that is very nice for me, especially because it's like a homemade food, vegetarian food, and delicious food. So yeah, that was great. And got to hang out with Alan as well, because Alan, other than being a great guitarist and an artist, he's nice to chat with as well. But when I go for my lessons with him, don't get to chat very much because there's always the pressure of the to get on with the lesson as well. But today we just got to hang out and chat. It was really good. It was really nice. So I enjoyed that, and I did not film too much. I have taken some pieces, as you have seen, because sometimes I think this is an occupational hazard when you're doing vlogging, that you can get so much into vlogging that you actually forget to live your life. You're just focusing on the camera all the time, no pun intended. So at one point I just turned the camera off, and then at one point I put the camera on the time lapse and just enjoyed myself and hung out with the friends. So hopefully we will do a repeat of that if there's another great summer day and I get invited back to Dave and Amanda's. Otherwise, tomorrow I'm going to do the similar kind of thing. I won't tell you today. Tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe. See you tomorrow. Bye.